Welcome to Moments in the Word. I'm James Tyler, your host, and this afternoon we'll be reading from Isaiah chapter number 28, verses 14 through 29. Wherefore hear the word of the Lord, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. Therefore thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation, a stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation. He that believeth shall not make haste. Judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding place. And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it. From the time that it goeth forth, it shall take you, for morning by morning shall it pass over, by day and by night, and it shall be a vexation only to understand the report. For the bed is shorter than that a man can stretch himself on it, and the covering narrower than that he can wrap himself in it. For the Lord shall rise up as in Mount Perazim. He shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. Now therefore, be ye not mockers, lest your bands be made strong. For I have heard from the Lord God of hosts a consumption even determined upon the whole earth. Give ye ear and hear my voice, hearken and hear my speech. Doth the plowman plow all day to sow? Doeth he open and break the clods of his ground? When he have made plain the face thereof, doeth he not cast abroad the fitches, and scatter the cumin, and cast in the principal wheat, and the appointed barley, and the rye in their place? For his God doeth instruct him to discretion, and doeth teach him. For the fitches are not threshed with a threshing instrument, neither is a cartwheel turned about upon the coming. For the fitches are beaten out with a staff, and the cumin with a rod. Bread corn is bruised, because he will not ever be threshing it, nor break it with the wheel of his cart, nor bruise it with his horsemen. This also cometh forth from the Lord of hosts, which is wonderful in counsel and excellent in working. As we turn and we look at the context of this text here in Isaiah 28, verses 14 through 29, we see that it offers timeless lessons, and we can draw principles from this passage to apply to our lives today. For one, the passage warns against arrogance and self-reliance, urging the leaders of Israel to heed God's wisdom. For us, it reminds us to seek God's direction in our decisions and remain humble, as said in previous texts before, trusting His guidance rather than solely relying on our own understanding. The leaders of Israel were described as having a covenant with death due to their arrogance. This serves as a warning against pride and overconfidence. In our lives, we should strive for humility and self-reflection, recognizing our dependence on God, as well as looking at the text here. we see as it refers to God laying a precious cornerstone, which points to Jesus in the New Testament. This reminds us to base our lives on the solid foundation of faith in God and His teachings. Also, it describes how a farmer uses different methods for different crops, showing God's wisdom and purpose in His actions. This encourages us to trust that God has a plan for every situation in our lives, even if we don't fully understand it. Trust Him. The passage emphasizes that God's discipline is for our growth. We can apply this by being open to correction, learning from our mistakes, and allowing God to shape us for His purposes. And as always, by reflecting on these principles, we can grow in faith, humility, and trust, aligning our lives more closely with God's will. I'm James Tyler, coming to you live from the Castle Studios, and welcome again to Moments in the Word. God bless you.